So today, I'm very excited, very, very excited, because we are going to talk about opportunities for nurses abroad. And we are hosting Dorcas, who has kindly allocated time, set aside time to be here with us. And I'm very excited to chat about all these opportunities for nurses abroad, process for applying, where do people get these opportunities, how is your experience over there, and all the stories in between. So welcome, Dorcas. Yeah, introduce yourself. Who are you? And right now, as we speak, where are you?
So my name is Dorcas Chepkemoi from Kenya. I'm a nurse professionally. I did diploma in healthcare nursing, community healthcare nursing in Kenya and then I did a higher diploma in critical care in Kenyatta Hospital School of Nursing. I completed in 2022. Yeah, so right now I work in a cruise ship. Most of the nurses from Kenya doesn't really work in cruise ship. I think maybe we are around not more than 10 nurses from Kenya. Most of the nurses are from South Africa and other countries. So right now we're cruising in USA. Currently we are in San Francisco, California. Yeah.
Interesting. And what is the time over there? I know in Kenya, just for context, in Kenya it should be around 9 p.m., 9:40 something p.m. as we record. And what is the time in the US where you are?
Yeah, right now it's 11:45 a.m. in the morning. So
okay. So great. Thank you for creating time. I know your schedule as a nurse is very busy, but we appreciate that you created time. Yes. Yeah. So this episode we are making this episode purposely for the nurses and all the other guys in the similar kind of career profession. We want to hear about all these opportunities abroad and just to hear your own personal experience as well. So let's start from here. You've told us where you are. So I'm curious to know what is for the kind of job you're doing in the cruise ship. How is the work like? So you wake up in the morning, and I think you're calling in your room. Like, how are the rooms like? You will send us some photos and some videos. Yeah. But yes, how is the work like? Number of hours per day? How is it different from the hospital setup?
Yeah, it's for nurses. I can speak on my own profession. So us currently we're working on a basis of time. So here in the ship we work according to time. So most of the time we work according to the C day or a port day. So we don't really have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We don't use Monday. We don't use dates. So we use only like port day or a C day. So we don't have Saturdays. We don't have Sundays. So if you're on a port day, we have different hours per port days. If you're on a C day, we have different hours of a C day. So C day is when the ship does not dock. We just continuously on the sea for 24 hours. And when port day is like today, we are docked in San Francisco for until I think tonight at around 9 or 10 p.m. we'll be leaving San Francisco to another town. So that's how we work. So it depends. Like, it doesn't really work. So for us, we don't really do like admission or bedside nursing. It's mostly all about clinic and emergency nursing. So if we get a patient comes in, we check the vitals, anything that nurses do. After that, we see if the patient is fit to stay in the sea or is fit to leave the ship. So if the patient is not fit to sail with us, we disembark that patient on the port. Like today, we disembark someone in the morning. So we leave that patient in this place with their passports and anything. They can just relocate to their country after they get their medical help. So if a patient is okay, they can get treatment. They can stay for like few hours. They can go back to their staterooms. Yeah. So on a port day, on a port day, we work only. Clinics start at around 8 a.m. in the morning to 10 a.m. in the morning. And then from 10 a.m. in the morning, you take a break until 4, maybe 4:30 you come back for the clinic. 4:30 to 6:30, you close the clinic, you go for dinner, and then you can rest. So, but we still have someone on call 24. There's someone on call on day shift. There's someone on call on night shift. Yeah, for the doctor, for the nurse, and the paramedics. Yeah. So it makes it easier for us because it's really exciting because we most of the time maybe work for hours. when it is not really busy. It can be 4 hours, but it can be like 8 hours. So like today I was working night shift yesterday, but I had a patient from around 4 a.m. in the morning until around this time. So you see, it's not going to be 4 hours. It's going to be longer. So it really depends on how the patients are, how the people you are cruising with are. Are they healthy or not healthy? Are they fit to sail, not fit to sail? So most of the time they can get common emergency conditions, so which can be managed on the ship, and some cannot be managed on the ship. So we just need to get them out of the ship through an helivac, even on the sea, and the place is good. They can take an helicopter, or they can just use a boat, to another town. So that's major things that we do.
Great. And so you are assigned to one particular ship, right? One particular cruise ship, or do you change?
We do change. Like, this is my 4th ship, so you do a 4-month contract. So when I'm on currently, like, since my 6th week here. So after 4 months, I will get another contract to another ship. So I don't know yet which ship am I going next. So they just get you another ship. So you go to another ship. Maybe the ship will be in Australia, the ship will be in UK, the ship can be anywhere. So you just move to that place. So every time they change the contract, you change to another ship.
So were you with this ship last contract, or you were
No.
There was another ship you?
I was on another ship called the Ruby. This is the Royal Princess. So I was called the Ruby Princess. I was there last contract, but in the same place, because this ship was in Alaska and the other ship was also in Alaska. So I came back to the same place I was last contract. So I came back to Alaska, and then I joined this ship in Alaska. So different ship though.
Yes. So you said the Princess. You are currently in the Princess.
It's the Royal Princess. The Princess has got so many ships, like around, I don't know how many ships. There's so many ships. So this is one of them. It's called the Royal Princess. So.
All right. All right. So I want 2 things that I want to. I'm trying to imagine like how the work is like, and just generally how the things are. So you are currently at San Francisco, docking at San Francisco. Then you will go to LA.
We're going to San Diego and then LA. Yes.
And then do you come back the same way? So you come back, dock again in LA, dock again in San Francisco,
No.
in...
No, so we have itinerary. This itinerary we are going to Australia. So we're going to go to LA, and then we go to Honolulu, and then we move to other ports, like in, I don't know, so many ports. Whereas we go to Australia, I think the Pacific. So we're going to go through the Pacific too, to Sydney. So we're going to Sydney. It will be a long month of October. So we're moving to Sydney. So I think October 28th we'll be in Sydney.
What? Very exciting. And for the guys who are waterphobic, hydrophobic guys who fears being in the waters. But I'm trying to picture the itinerary. So you guys started from Alaska, then you docked in Vancouver.
Let me see. So we started on Alaska. We've been docking it will be our home port was always Vancouver. So on port was Vancouver, and then we go to Alaska, Juneau. We cruise Alaska. We see the glaciers. Alaska is really beautiful for people who love nature and stuff. People who love to travel. I think the best place they should visit is Alaska. But it's not really nice weather. It will be around 8 degrees, 6 degrees to 10 degrees. But it's really beautiful. So that was Alaska. And then we came after we cruised Alaska to within Alaska for, I think, all of September. September was we were in Alaska, and then we moved to now we moved to there's so many places I can't really remember all. We are in San Francisco today, and then tomorrow is going to be a sea day. We're going to be on sea, and then the day after tomorrow we're going to be in San Diego and then LA. So, and then we go to Hawaii. And then Hawaii,
and then
we go to Honolulu. We go Honolulu, Hawaii, and then Kona, and then Papeete. I don't know where these places are because I've never been to. I've never cruised the Australian way, so this is my first time. So It will be an adventure for me for this month, but it's going to be a tough month for us because we have so many sea days. We're going to be in the sea. We only have like 7 port days or 6 port days in the month of October. So it's going to be like we all going to Sydney. So it's interesting though. I love it. For me, I enjoy. I'm not that person who gets tired in staying in the room. I'm okay with it. So if we go out, it's fine. If we don't go out, I'm also okay. So you need to adjust.
I remember you. Yeah. Yes, I remember you sharing. So from so is it roughly like 1 month and then you'll be in Sydney? When will you be in Sydney?
On 28th of October. Yeah.
So roughly a month. Yeah.
Roughly a month. Yeah, it's gonna be a long month, but it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for the guys who've never taken a cruise, how is it like in the cruise ship?
Yeah, I know there's so many memes out there for the cruise ship, but I can tell you, I really prefer going on a cruise than even flying on an aeroplane myself. Like, I feel safer on a cruise because I feel like it's so calm and you won't feel it. Like, it can be rough sea sometimes, very rough seas. Like, you can feel the ship like moving, but sometimes, for me, I don't mind. I don't get the vomiting, I don't get the nausea, the seasickness. I don't get that. So, but most of the people do get it. But you're given medication and then you get better. So I really like it on the cruise ship. It's really interesting. Everybody should come because you got everything. You got the gym, you got the swimming pool. It's a new adventure. It's not really in Kenya, but I feel like there are so many Kenyans though in other departments. But more people should just come because we have so many nationalities. But even if our country can people can apply and they get the chances, it's good. It's a good experience for everybody. The only thing is maybe you can miss your family, but it will be for a short time, you know. You can be home and you'll be working 24/7. You up and down in Nairobi. You come home at 11. You leave the house at 5. Nobody sees you anyway. So you come here, you can work for 4 months, and then you get like 2 months to 3 months leave, and then you can come back again. Yeah.
Okay. So, actually talking about that, tell us more about the leave. So you work continuously for how long, and then how long leave do you get for?
So 4 months, and then you can get like 8 weeks leave. So 2 months. Like I'll be home for 2 months. At times if you want to ask for a leave, like if you want to be home, you have something to do at home, maybe you have something to attend to, you can ask for, they can add you like 3 months if you want. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, so not like they're not gonna say no. So you always get as much as time as you want to stay at home. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And maybe one last question. I'm very curious about cruises because I think it's somehow unique-ish, and especially like with our Kenyan setup, I don't think many of us are aware or conversant or have experienced the cruises.
Yeah.
But let me ask one last question. So in the Royal Princess, how many people are in it? Like right now, before you docked, how many people were in it?
Right now we are like maybe 4,500 or 4,500, I think. Yeah.
Gosh, it feels like it's almost like an apartment building in the water.
Yeah. It's like house. It's really pretty in here. People will think like when you see a ship outside, you can't really imagine when you come inside. It's a very beautiful hotel. So it's a moving hotel generally, like a tourist moving hotel. So we got so it holds like maybe 3,500 guests. And then the crew might be like 1,500. So it's going to make all of us like 4,500. I think so. Yeah. So it's going to be that number.
Yes. Like where you were taking this video, that is your room.
This is my room. Yeah. So you're given a small room. So this is my bed. And then I have my bedside locker. I got my fridge here. I got my table here. I got another table, and then my wardrobe, and then bathroom, and the toilet in here. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it looks really cool, and to think that it's like a room in the.
Yeah, it's like more like a bed sitter,
but it's in a hotel.
It's a hotel, so you're given a room to sleep. for a few days, really. Yeah, because you don't really sleep sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Talk about, you mentioned about Kenyans working in other departments. Do you have, I don't know, groups or time to like meet with other people and do fun activities? I don't know, just out of work with other in communities or in groups with other people?
No, so when you come to the ship, you don't really have to stay with Kenyans alone. So like for me, my department, I'm from Kenya, and then 3 from South Africa, 1 from Lebanon, one from India, another one from the UK. Who else? Yeah, like we are really, another one from Philippines. So you see, we are all like different communities in there. So you don't really, they usually we have a crew bar, like where a bar for the crew. It's a recreational center for the crew. It's not really, they sell alcohol. We have pools, we have games. So when we have like anything to do, we just put them on an email, and then to every department, like today we have a game for the maybe tag of war for crew, and for this department who wants to come. So people will just turn up there. Maybe my department will be having something with another department. So it's just game like parties. Yeah. So maybe last night we did South African party music night, and then maybe we have Italian night, such things. Yeah. So there's so many things happening. So if you are an outgoing person, not like me, of course, I'm not that outgoing. So if you are a very outgoing person, you will enjoy, you will play pool, you'll play all sorts of games. So you can go to Cuba, you can play, you can dance. Yeah, so there are so many things. Yeah, they already have things. So like now in San Francisco, you are given a chance to ride bicycles. Like we have bicycles as well. So you can ask for a bicycle, you can go cycle and bring the bicycle back. Yeah. So they really got a lot of things for, at least then your life can't be that boring. You want to enjoy at least. Yeah.
Yes. And actually, you know the way you're describing now, I feel like I should just join that cruise one of these days, and we cruise to Australia. How much will it cost if I was to cruise from LA or San Francisco to Sydney?
I really don't know how much it goes with I don't know how much it costs, but I don't think it's that expensive. Maybe it goes from $1,000, so it's not really expensive. It comes with packages, so you take certain package. So if you go to the website, the thing that I send you, the Princess website, so it gives you like, if you're a guest, you can join and sail to, and then they give you a package. If you want, it depends. Like if you want a room like mine, it's gonna be cheaper. Yes. If you want a balcony room, like you have a whole room, balcony, everything, so you're gonna get a different price. And then it comes with drinks package as well. You can as well have drinks, alcohol package, and then you also come with a different price. And then if you want to eat, for you, if you come as a guest, you're gonna have, like, we have so many restaurants. So we have Italian restaurants, we have restaurants for people who like steak, so you're gonna choose which restaurant you want to go today, but you need to pay. But it's not really expensive. It comes maybe for a dinner set, maybe it will cost you like $60 or more. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yes. No, you mentioned, because you had given me the link, and I'll actually put it. You had given me princess.com link where guys can check out careers available, and I will put it in the description box. But let me just check. I'm seeing there is a way you can just check destination, maybe Australia, month, say it's October. Start and end destination is. So if I'm starting from, I'm seeing Sydney, Australia. Length of the cruise, 16 plus days. Then I check which one is available. It sounds so exciting, but I don't know if I can manage. I don't know. I feel like I'll be seasick.
No, you need to try. I will want to come as a guest as well, not as a crew, as person working with. I just want to be you will enjoy, because there are so many activities, there are so many shows. like American artists having some comedians. There's so many things happening.
Yes. I'm seeing one. It's saying 26-day round Australia. Oh, so you start this one. I think you start from Australia. You go around in about a month. This one is sold out. Oh my God, people are cruising.
No, you need to book for next year. I don't think you can find it for this year. Yeah, maybe next year.
This is
sold out. Yeah.
This is sold out. Okay, I'm just curious. Let me see. So if I want, actually, they've listed until 2026. So let me see if I want it for
maybe 2027.
For next year.
2026 maybe end. People book already. The one on the ship already booked another cruise for 2027. So they're really
what?
Yeah, people are really traveling.
Yeah. Yes. No, they actually look kinda affordable. Actually, I'm seeing this one for 32 day, which is like a month round. You start, I think, from Australia and you go around. Anyway, I'm seeing something like $4,000, but that is like 1 month. So if I want something like
a week, it's gonna be lesser. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, sure. Hey, exciting. I'll check on that.
You need to check out.
Yes. So I will for the guys who are watching, I'll ask them to leave the comments on the comment section, and then I think I will do another maybe live where people can actually, especially the nurses who want to apply, they can ask questions, because I know I might miss out on some questions. So people can leave comments down below. Then we'll arrange another session. But let's move from the ship now to back to Kenya. The first question: how did you know about these things? How did you know there was this website where you can apply for a job in a ship?
So one day I was just from school. I was just done with my critical care in the evening, and then a cousin of mine was watching another. I think Kipsikis Kalenjin celebrity anaitwa Zerato. Zerato. He works on the ship as well, and then he was talking about ship life and said they want doctors and nurses. So I tried to contact him, and then he sent me a link, and then I couldn't apply with that link, and then I was like, no, I can try in another way. So I was like, check to Google. I looked for cruise ship nursing jobs, and then okay, I saw someone, and then I applied for it. I immediately, like the next day, I got an interview. I was like, if you want, there is a paper, you fill in this form. I filled the form and sent it back to the person, the agent, and then it's got back to me, and then they scheduled me after 2 weeks an interview. So I had that first call from the guy. He was called JP. So I fill in the form. So in this, you need to be critical care nurse or emergency care nurse. So they don't take if you work on surgical wards. No, you need to, and you have to have 3 years experience in nursing, in critical care or emergency nursing. So I was lucky. I was doing critical care that time. So I had a background of critical care. So they sent me a link. I fill in. I did an interview. It was like a higher view interview. It's a computer interview. So they ask you type, write, do this and this. Can you record yourself? You record yourself and send the video. After that, I sent the interview. They told me they scheduled me for another interview after like a month. So I did a virtual interview like this video with a nurse on a ship somewhere. I don't know where they were at that time. So I did an interview, and then I was told they want to give me my results when they're ready. So I had to wait for like, I think a month and then I got my results that I passed the interview, and they got me a job offer. It wasn't really difficult. I got the job offer, signed for it, and then I went to process my visa, which took me like 1.5 months to get the visa. And then when I got my visa, they sent me flight tickets within 1 week. And then the second week I was working. So yeah, I started on, I think it took me like 6 months, the whole process, because I started on like July. Was it July? So July, August on 2022. When I got my visa on December 29 or 31st December 2022. And then January 14th, 2023, I was working. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so
no,
that's how fast they can be.
Yes. And the last time we talked, you mentioned that they don't need NCLEX, the international exams that nurses do.
Yeah, because every nurse is asking me, when did you do NCLEX? When did you do this? I'm like, oh God, I've not done those. I'm in the process of wanting to do it, but I haven't done it yet. So they don't really need NCLEX. They need your nursing council license, and they need ACLS and BLS. It's a must have BLS and ACLS. And it doesn't really need to be you specialize, like you did a higher diploma in critical care like me or someone else. Even if you've been in like emergency care unit for like even 3 years with a diploma, they will take you. As long as you pass the interview, they will take you. It's so nice because it's someone you've never known, you've never seen them. You just applied, they do interview. It's like, you know how white people do things. They need to be like, if you pass, you get the job. You deserve it. So I think they are really nice and they're straightforward. So if you go for an interview and you pass the interview, they tell you, you did good in your interview, and I think you're going to be hired for this job. So if you don't do well, they'll tell you didn't do well. So, and you're not going to get this job. They're just straightforward, black and white. You get the job or you don't get the job, yes. I feel like most of the nurses as well doesn't really know, like, I think it's just fear. I feel like everybody should just go and apply it, because I really didn't know what to do, what I was doing for sure. I was telling my friend, yeah, I'm just doing it. Can you sign it with me? At work, it was just night shift. I was like, no, I'm applying for this thing. Let's do it. And my friend, she was like, okay, I can fill this for you. I was really not good with computer at that time, and she was very good, and she was helping me attach my documents in my email, and then I had to send it. Yeah. So, and then, yeah, they're genuine. I feel like they're genuine people. I thought at some point they're not genuine, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to go for it. Whatever happens, happens. So I was like, I'm going for this thing. I asked, and then one of the nurses, like a friend of mine told me, I know one nurse working on a cruise ship. So, and then he gave me the number of the guy, a Kenyan guy working on a cruise ship. So as a nurse, so I talked to him and I was like, okay, it's true. So I went ahead and went for the job. Yeah. So I feel like everybody should just try it. Yeah.
Yes, and let me even just commend you for being a risk taker, because like you are like you just like, let's try, nothing to lose. So
there was nothing to lose really. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So you mentioned that there is also no English test needed.
Yes. It's only ACLS, no test needed, no NCLEX. NCLEX can take like months and you have to read a lot. I know it's really straining to do NCLEX and it's expensive. So this one I've not done NCLEX. So because you're not working on American land, you're working on American waters. So it's okay to work on American waters as long as, so if we have a patient if anybody falls outside the ship, I'm not gonna touch. So I don't touch. I'm not even a qualified nurse. I'm just a pedestrian like any other person. So nobody knows me as a nurse. So your profession ends outside the gangway. Like as you leave the ship, you end your profession just outside that ship. Anything else that happens outside is none of my business. So it's only me on the ship. I just work for the ship. Yeah, that is the rule. Because I'm not licensed by the American council. Yeah.
Okay. So no IELTS, no English test, and no NCLEX.
Yeah, no NCLEX.
Let's talk about, I had other questions here. Yes, I don't know if you are comfortable talking about salary range, say like pay per hour for you can just give a random range for anyone who is thinking of whether it's worth, I don't know if they list that on the website.
No. I think they do list it on the website. I'm not sure, but it depends with your what you've studied in school. If you've done like BSN, Bachelor in Nursing, if you've done specialty in critical care, they pay you according to your education level as well.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's take a random example. You use a random example, say BSN or whichever example you want to give. What would be like salary range or pay per hour?
Maybe it's gonna start from maybe, let's say 3,500 to maybe, say, some people paid a lot of money, so to around maybe 7,000.
Is that per hour?
No, not per hour, per month. As we don't get paid per hour, so we
that
get
is
paid
in
per
dollars.
Month. In dollars, yes.
In dollars.
Yeah.
Okay. And what would you say? So something we can give it maybe 3K to 7K per month. What would you? What are the expenses like? What do you need to like take your money for a lot?
Nothing here. You don't pay for anything. You don't pay for the house. You don't pay for the food. You don't pay anything. You pay for the food outside when you go. You pay for your clothes if you want to buy. You pay for your excursion if you want to go visit a place. That's the things you pay for. You don't really spend money here. We don't spend our money unless the most of the things we do is maybe buy the water and internet. Yeah. And maybe alcohol and stuff. Sweets, chocolates. Yeah. Perfumes. Yeah. Those are the things you spend money on. Yeah.
Okay, so food, accommodation, which I think I normally measure expenses, those are sorted. So the salary is pretty much like, you save a lot of it.
Yeah, if you want, you can save a lot of money. Yeah. You can save a lot of money here because the food is prepared in the mess. So we go to the mess like university. You get up in the morning, go for breakfast in the mess, done. You go to work, lunch mess, dinner mess, So you don't really cook anything. Yeah.
All right. That is very exciting. So I wanted to ask more about the application, but I think you've given a summary of how you got to know about it and how you applied. So I'll just put the link, the princess.com link in the box. Are there other links? So are there other like for people or they can just use Google if they want careers?
Even the link that I gave you, they will give you all the careers. Like they give you the waiters, the room accommodation stewards. They're gonna give you all in there, so they can still apply. Anyone can apply for it though, because you can go to Google and apply. Because I think there is an agent in Kenya, other people are using, not for medical, but for other, like, people working in the restaurants. So they use that agent. But I'm not so sure about the agent. But I feel like you can go for it yourself on the website of the company, which is much easier. The company will just employ you from there. So if you got your qualification right, so you get the job. I feel like it.
Yeah.
And then the problem is only come when it comes to the visa side. Some people were denied visas. I think some few friends of mine, they never got a visa, but they were working as a chef somewhere. So they decided to go to Qatar. So they didn't get the American visa. So only that. I don't know why, but most of the people get the visa here.
So the visa that you apply is the US visa?
Yeah, it's called C1D visa. So it's for the crew only, people working in the ships and maybe the people on the air hostess as well. I think so. Yeah. So that is the visa you apply for. Yeah, C1D visa, because it can allow you to go to every country. Yeah.
But they'll guide you anyway, like through the process.
They'll send you a link and you just need to apply. The company will send you a link to apply, and then they send you the documents you can present there in the embassy. So it's not really hard. It can be, how to apply a visa is very long. The filling of those stuff and the attachment of those documents can be hectic, but it can take you like a few hours and you'll be done. Yeah. So that's it. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Now let's so again I will ask my audience to give me all the questions they have, and then I think we'll arrange a live stream so that they can ask all the questions themselves.
Yeah.
But let's come back to Kenya. I want you to talk about your training. You had mentioned earlier when we were starting, but take us through, what did you study in your profession? You did did you do higher diploma?
So I did a diploma with Kenya Medical Training College, KMTC, like any other person. So I did in Thika, and then after that I went back to work for quite some few years with the hustles. Nairobi hustles. I've been in Nairobi, up and down in Nairobi. And then in 2021, yes, 2021, I think around July, August, I joined Kenyatta National Hospital School of Nursing. They offer programs for critical care, emergency care, neonatal care, and the renal, the one for the nurses to do renal. So nephrology, it's called nephrology nursing. So I went there on 2021 to 2022. 1 year, it's a 1 year course. It's really a tough, it's a tough 1 year for you. It's going to be like speedy, a lot of work, because I was working during the night, and I was in school during the day. So I felt it was tough for me. I don't know any other person. Someone can be coming from home, so it wouldn't be like as hard as it was for me. So for me, it was really hard for me for that 1 year, but there is nothing you can do. You have to work it out. If you've decided to do something, you have to finish it. So it wasn't me alone. We were so many people working at that time, because you need to raise the school fees for yourself. You can't call your parent again like, I'm really in short of money now. And Nairobi is favorable. People are very nice in Nairobi. People will be like, if you're in school during the day, I can work your days. You can work my nights. That's all my colleagues really they really supported me that time. My boss was so nice. He was like, I can give you more nights. I can work days on the weekends. So that's what I did. I used to work days on the weekends, work nights during the day, because I work in a private hospital. So it's like you work the whole month. So most of the time you're working. Yeah. So, but I made it anyway. So after that, I finished my diploma. I graduated around September. I don't remember December, because I didn't even go for that graduation, but I was already at work. So that is it. And then I got my diploma, and then I got the job, and then I moved to this other side. Yeah, but it is really nice here. I feel like it's not like it can be tough, because I think the major problem for me is that I'll miss home a lot. I miss the food, I miss the friends, I miss the company, I miss my family. But the rest of the things, but here I'm here for the money, I have to sacrifice a lot of things and then get the money. I'm like, even if I stay in Nairobi is very expensive. I need money to keep me up in Nairobi. So I prefer, I can go for 2 months. By the end of those 2 months, really, I'm like, I need to go back. I'm already done with home. I'm like, I think I need to go back to work now. So, which is really good. Yeah. And then the best thing about here is that you come and you find everybody is new. You've never met them before. You've never worked them before. And they welcome you as a family. Like, welcome to the family. This person is the boss. And it's like you never left. It's like you've been together for like 4 months. I have friends, so many friends, and it's been like 6 weeks for me. So I think it's a good thing. And I really encourage people to apply. People will be like, can you hook me up? The way Kenyans think that I have a connection to this ship. Really, I don't know anybody. Like, how did you get there? And I'm like, I applied just like any other person. And I did an interview, went through the process, and I got the job. And he's like, don't you know anyone? And I'm like, I really don't know anyone. So in this way, the people who employ you doesn't even stay on the ships. That is the problem. So these people have a management in Miami, Florida. So that is where the Ship Princess company is based. So they have the shoreside people there, the people who will work on you. Somewhere they check all our documents there. They stay on land. As we stay on the sea. So I don't even know their faces. So maybe I just get an email from them. So there is no way. I don't know them. So they know me. I'm an employee of this company. This and this is happening. But I can't really tell someone, I will hook you up. I will give you this job. I will need this money. No, it will be a lie, and it will be a very big lie. So I just encourage people, just go to the website, apply. If they give you the interview, go for it. Try your interview. And there are so many ships. It's not only the Princess. There are so many ships. If only someone can go. There are some UK ships. There are some other Viking ships. There are Royal Caribbean ships. Yeah, so many, but I love Princess because I think because it was my first ship and I've never worked in other ships, so I don't know how those ships work. So I think I prefer what I know. Yeah.
Yeah, for
So
sure, for
yeah.
sure. Yes. So people should definitely just, click the website and apply from there.
And apply, yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to ask, I forgot to ask. So when you left Kenya, where was your first destination? Like so two questions. When you left Kenya, where was your first, where did you land? Where were you received? And then was there any culture shock? Because you leave Kenya.
Yeah.
And then I think everyone gone, especially to the West, there are always culture shocks. So I want to hear
Oh, a
your
lot.
side. Yes.
So when I left Kenya, for the first time, I had to take a flight. I'd never taken a flight in my life. So
yes,
I just in JK and I was like, you know what? I know everybody's going somewhere anyway. So I might find someone going to the same place I was going. Lucky enough, I found another lady also coming to the same ship I was going at that time.
Yes.
And my first flight was from JKIA to Frankfurt. And then from Frankfurt to Miami, Florida. So for sure, there is nobody's going to welcome you there.
Okay.
You don't even know. So you and your bags with the customs. So you go there, they ask you questions, you present your papers, and then they check. Of course, they have information that someone is coming in. So and then they check your visa if they are the right visas. And then I was told when you go, they send you a picture on a paper or you photocopy these papers. They send you on an email. They send you like this is the bus you wanna take to the hotel. So they send you, it's a colored one. So it was a green bus, really, in the airport in Miami. So when you go to where you take the bus, you will stand there. And so they say the buses come after every 10 minutes. They come after every 10 minutes. So you need to check the bus that you're taking. Like this bus gonna take you to this hotel. So I took the bus and then I took the wrong bus to a wrong hotel. That was my first problem on my first day. But it wasn't my mistake because they gave me that. And then when I went to the hotel, I had to give out my passport. They was like, no, they didn't book you in this hotel. And I was like, this is the hotel I was given. I don't know what to do. And the lady was like, okay, I'm going to help you. I'm going to call the Princess company itself. And then they phoned the company and I was told, no, go back to the airport again. Go with the same driver who brought me in. He was like, no, take this to the airport. I went to the airport, waited again for another bus at the bus station, and then the bus came, and then I took that bus to the right hotel. At the end, I arrived. Yeah. So the friend of mine, we came together. She was working in a different department, so she took the right bus. So she was given the right one, so I was given the wrong one. So we met later, and I was like, he was like, did you come here? And I was like, yeah. I was we were like, hata sikujua niko hapa. I was like, mi sikujua ninakuja huku. So that was it. Really, it's an experience on its own, and I feel like it build you a courage out there with people, and then so you just gonna go. You don't have any option. Like, what can you do? Nobody is gonna welcome you like you wanna welcome me at the airport. Now, it's gonna be some papers you need to read. You need to read direction. You need to read the bus. You need to read the hotel. Yeah. And then you're told tomorrow maybe 6 a.m. you'll be ready for the ship, the company bus will come and pick you to take you to the ship. Yeah, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good experience though.
Yes, of course. But I'm trying to imagine. Oh my God! But you're so courageous. You're so courageous, and you are a risk taker. Cause like that is your first flight, and it's how many hours? More than 15 hours for sure.
It was long. It was 8 hours. I think it was around 18. Yeah, almost 18 hours flight. Yeah.
Yeah. So you arrived there. You are tired and all that. But yeah, wow. I really commend you. I commend you for that. Yes.
Thank you.
Now, what are the culture shocks now that you faced?
Oh, there's so many culture shocks. I don't think I will want to talk about some of them online. But
moja mbili.
So in Kenya, like you really get culture shock about, how people view the Black people, that one is normal, because I realized that I think I'm always the darkest in my team. Wherever I go, I'm the darkest. There might be more darker people, but I'm always the darkest. But I really don't mind about my skin. I'm really happy and I'm proud of my skin. But the culture shock that comes in is people will be like, can we touch your hair? Can we? So they used to plait my hair. I'll be leaving the clinic with very shaggy hair. That is nothing you can do. So you'll be leaving. When you come in the afternoon, no, we're going to style your hair for the afternoon clinic. So that's what they do. And then about, in Kenya, we really pray a lot. We go to church a lot. There is no church here. There is no God here. There is no, there's no, you don't talk about those stuff. Like, you don't talk about people. Like, you don't really judge people. So it's your opinion. You have to keep it for yourself. So this place, out the West are. So you don't really comment on people's dressing. You know how we wear in Kenya, and then when you come to the West, you wear booty shorts and stuff. And I used to be like, no, I can't wear this. I can't do this. And my friends were like, we're going to the swimming pool, and they're like, hey, where are you going with this? No. You need to get some bikini. We need to get your... And I'm like, guys, I can't do a bikini. And they're like, we don't want grannies. We don't want grannies here. Can you put a bikini? So it's interesting how people view, and they are so proud of their bodies, and they don't really look. Maybe we think that people are really looking at us so much, and then they take, like in my former job, we used to pray in the morning when we start the clinics. If you have to pray, you pray in your room. You don't even bring anything about God. You talk about God on your own. So you just keep it to yourself. Which is a bit like someone is a Muslim. Someone, you ask them, they ask you, do you believe in God? And you're like, yeah. And I was like, oh, I don't believe in any of those. You're like, oh, there is nothing you can say. You can't preach. And you're like, it's my faith. It's your faith. And someone is like, I was a Muslim, but I stopped being a Muslim, and I stopped even believing in God. I stopped doing this. So that's how I'm living my life right now. It's really a lot of things happening, and a lot of things I can't even talk about them on life, like on a recording like this. So I feel like it's gross. I think it just, when I feel like someone should just go there and experience it on their own and see how they can take it. Like, I think, and then here you need to respect people boundaries. Like, I used to be having this friend of mine, we eat together, we sleep together, we go, you are on your own. You are on your own. You wake up alone. You do your thing alone. The only thing you can do together is maybe dinner and lunch. The rest of the things, when you are done in dinner, you are like, guys, bye-bye, good night. If you want to go to the gym, you can go alone. You can do your things alone. So most of the time, really, like, you can get a friend you go out with, a few times. But most of the time, you need to learn. That is the thing that I learned. You need to learn to love yourself and love your own company, because nobody's going to be there for you. If you're depressed, learn to talk to yourself and learn to tell yourself, you know what, it's only a few months to go, I'm going to do this, This place, nobody cares, really. Like, everybody got their own problems. They ask you, no, you should have done this. People really doesn't care. And I feel like people here live one day at a time, not like us. We really think about so many things. So maybe myself, I think about like home, blah, blah, blah. No, they're like, we're living now, and we need to do this thing. So that is it. So you feel like, and I find, and I don't drink, and people love drinking. You know how the white people love drinking, love party. I'm not a party girl,
Yes.
But we had to go together, and I will wait there and sit. I'm told to sit. You can't be staying in your room. If you stay in your room for so long, they're gonna come and take you out. And like, no, you need to be out for now. It's too much. You need to go and see people, and then if you stay for that, it means they're like, okay, you can leave. So it's really different for people, but you learn a lot, because I really learned. You learned a lot from them. They can take you to a desert and you can survive. If you worked on the ship, you will survive anywhere in the world. Believe me.
I believe
because
you.
Sometimes it's tough. So that is it.
Yeah. No, I was laughing a lot about the culture shocks because I think pretty much everyone I know, those would be the top of the list, right? Like you arrive, like you talked about people keeping to like some boundaries, even hugging and saying hi ovio and all those things. And sometimes I feel a bit lonely. Yes, and then feeling like you are different, so you are in a space where you are always the other, and you become super conscious. And I'm curious to know, because every time when I left Kenya, when I was studying abroad, every time I came back to JKIA, like when I alighted, there was just this kind of burden that was lifted off my shoulders, and I was just like, and many people don't understand it. I'm curious to hear, like, when you come back home, do you feel that sense of like you're no longer super conscious about your hair and how you look?
Yeah, most of the time, like, I can't wait to be home. I feel like I just can take one flight that can take 30 minutes and I'm just in JKIA. And I feel like it's so much relieving. And I feel like I'm home, you feel like nobody even sees you. You are just like any other person, you don't stand out. Here I always stand out in one way or another because I have this kind of hair. My colleagues can wear wigs, it's much better for them. I don't have wigs, so you always stand out. Even in pictures, I would always stand out. So you feel like, and they'd be like, "Oh, so where do you come from?" Yeah, they're like, "I'm from Kenya." Oh, so when do you go? Do you get to see your family often? Do you, they ask some weird questions, and you're like, they think that you're very poor, but not really. So you just have to be so kind and calm and answer them because you can't be rude as well. So. Which is good. Another culture shock is food. No.
Yes, I wanted to ask about ugali.
No, I don't see ugali. I don't see skuma until 4 months is finished. Like until I finish my 4 months contract, ndio nakuja kukula ugali home. Hakuna ugali huku. Like completely no ugali.
How did you survive with the food?
I don't know. We just get used to it because we really have good food most of the time. But most of the time, it's this. You have these chips. You have fish. You have rice. You have chicken.
Burger.
You have burgers. You have what else? All those things of you eat those. Yeah. You can order anyway, steak, but no ugali, nothing. Maybe the only thing unaweza pata ni viazi yenye mekuwa supu. That is the only thing you can see normal. And maybe the chips, the kuku. That is barely the food. And the fruits are so many, so you get all kind of fruits. So yeah, that is the food every time. So most of the time I love the Indian food. We usually have the Indian food so much, the curries. So I usually go for the curry, the Indian curry food, which is it's most of the things that I know because wanapoka makamande, nini ingine, dal. Vitu kama hizo makamande ni dal. Yeah, no. Dal, kamande, so I just go for what I know, yeah. Most of the time anyway, you don't get what you get at home, yeah.
Yeah.
So nikiwa home, I just eat skuma for the next 2 months, so that is what I eat.
and people are wondering what is wrong with you.
No, I'll eat skuma and cabbage for 2 full months every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
The things that I miss, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I know that there might be some questions that I even forgot to ask, yeah. But I want you to put yourself in the shoes of the. I know we have so many nurses in Kenya. Some are still unemployed and looking for opportunities. Some might be employed, but they are risk takers and courageous like you, and they want to go out there and cruise from Alaska to Sydney. So. What kind of advice would you give them? Talk to them. Just give them some hope, some advice, something. Or if I forgot to ask, yeah.
So the only thing I can say is just, I think everybody, the desires of their hearts, they already got them. So if you need something, you already have it. You just go for it. I feel like you don't need anybody. You don't need any godfather for this. You don't even need any godfather for a job in Nairobi. And I feel like most of the things happen when you move to Nairobi. I don't know why, because I feel like I moved to Nairobi and things happen in Nairobi. I feel like Nairobi makes you like sharper, makes you like you have to think because you need to find your way out to survive in this city. So if they can come, I know it's very hard for people. People are really scared, but I feel like they shouldn't be scared completely. You can come. I slept on the floor for a whole time when I was in school. It's fine. Nobody really cares, really. Nobody, when you get out of your house, nobody will see that you were sleeping on the floor. Even. Nobody will see. Nobody even will know that. It's not written on our faces. So I feel like everybody should just come and try. They can come and apply for the jobs. They can also volunteer, because for the first time I worked my first job, I was working with Pampers. I was giving Pampers in the hospitals in Eldoret for my first job before I even got my license as a nurse. So that is when I realized, like, maybe and because we moved to that place, we were told there's a company in Karen that employ nurses to give Pampers. And I was with my friend, I was like, why can't we try this place and ask? Let's go. We knock at the gate. We got the job the same day.
Wow.
Which is very good, which I feel like everybody should just try. People will tell you they won't give you that job, but go for that interview. Call for anything, apply for that job. You can apply as many jobs as you can. Just go to that office, knock it, and ask them. Like, if they get another chance, they can give it to you. I feel like opportunities will always be there. And also, it can be really tough. They can join these nursing agencies for the US. They don't really need a lot of things nowadays. I think they want nurses. So they pay for your NCLEX. It's only you to avail yourself and read. So I feel like it's also an easy way of getting out of the country. It can take time because the immigration time will there's a long queue for the nurses. So, but it's okay. Your time will gonna come. So I feel like there are no shortcuts. So the only way is to apply, ask them how they can, if they want to take you, if you have the experience, tell them you have 1 year experience. They will take you. Do the interview, work hard for it, and it's gonna come your way. I feel like everybody deserves it and everybody has it. So that's it.
Yeah, I will not add anything. I think you've summarized it really well. And I think depending on the number of questions I get, I will still reach out to you. We organize a live session so that people can ask questions as they plan to apply.
Yeah.
But yes, asante sana for creating the time. I know ungekuwa what do you do when you are off, like now, when you're docked?
Oh, today now I was planning to sleep because I've been away from 4 a.m. So I was just not planning to go outside. I've been here in San Francisco before, so it's not a new place to me. So there is nothing really that I want to go do outside. I will go for a walk in the evening. So I was like, I'm going to take a nap for maybe like a few hours.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. So, Dorcas, asante sana. We will leave you to take a nap. And thank you for sharing your stories.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Okay, bye.